Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. A few little things really. This is my Rewire job I've been going on about for the past couple of weeks. I did put a thing on YouTube the other day to apologise. I've been recording for day 4 now of this job. Taking loads of footage on my GoPro, and I started doing some editing last night and all my files are corrupted. Everything. And for another little boiler job that I did with a local plumbing firm. All gone. So I tried to save them, couldn't do it, realised it's the SD card that's knackered, so new one in. So I'm going to sort of start fresh today, run through what was here, what the job entailed and what I've done so far really. So I'll give you a quick whiz around. So what is this? Well, this was the lounge, this was the dining room. There was a big wall fireplace, it's been knocked out. So original lights, got 2 lights, switch over there, sorry here. So this now has all been incorporated. This is going to be like one lounge dining sort of thing. So still, there's a big RSJ to go in here yet. But what I've done, which you'll see around the property, is all the old electrics is all still in. They all still work. Everything that's been put in a new place. So I thought it was pointless because there was my client's mum and dad was staying here for a couple of days at the beginning of the job. So I wanted to leave power on, and he had a ventilator at night time to sleep with. So he had to have power. So, but yeah, it's coming handy, sockets, drilling and whatnot, so once the switchover day comes over, I'll be cutting everything off, removing all the old stuff, so. Yeah, so we've got 2 new lights in here, socket, TV socket. What I've done as well, I tried to, this is from Luke from My Trust Electrician, I tried to chase down and leave, 3 inches or so, and then drill down to poke the cable through so I can put the socket faces on, because it's going to be quite a while before the plasterer comes in to do anything. It didn't work, the plaster was crap, so I ended up just chasing it all out, and I just stuck a bit of filler as and where I can, just so I can get some fronts on and they're nice and safe, so the plaster can come on, just put a bit of gunk over the top and everyone's happy really. Outside light, I've just brought power to the switch here, it's just going to be drilled through, it's an LED flood on the outside. Same in here, there's going to be a light in the cupboard, but I'm just yet to chase that across. What else have we got? 2 lights up in the lounge here. Kitchen, 4 spots. 2 gang switch for here and here. Sorry, 2-way switch. Sockets. Cooker to go in there. The difficult thing is they don't really know what kitchen they're having, and there wasn't a kitchen plan, so it was just like I want one there, I want one there. So you do what you can do really. As long as I know the sink's staying there, and there's a cooker definitely going there, so I can do regulation widths, socket fronts and everything away, so it's nowhere near them. What else we got? Oh, the heat alarm here, which is linked to a smoke which is there, which is then linked to another smoke which is on the landing. That will then cover every doorway within 7 metres, so for the fire regulations. Switching wise here, there's quite a few here, so this is a bit of a weird one that I find really. Normally you normally only have 1 2-way switch in the house, which is top of the stairs and bottom of the stairs for the landing light. Not very often people ask me to do 2-way for top and bottom for the hall light, but they've asked me to do that. But then on top of that, they want what it is, an intermediate switch, and so 3-way switch, and so we've got upstairs, in there, and here for the hall. I don't know why, but that's what they've asked for. So you've got an intermediate one here, you've got one part of the lounge there, the other part of the lounge, and then the 2-way for the kitchen, which is going over there. Next thing, let me just turn this light on wherever the bloody switch is. Right. So this is your hall light, and this is also an outside light that's going to be drilled up. This is a stud for because there was a socket going there, and there's the soil stack. So this is the old board. Let me, I'll just get my torch on my phone, hang on a second. So, nice old one. It's had upgraded tails at some point with a 2-pole isolator. Old thing, the old corded cable here feeds it, which is lovely and safe. You've got what was the old gas there and water, but the gas meter's now been chucked outside, so it actually has got bonding to the right size, but I'm going to redo that and make it a bit neat because it looks a bit crap. It's old rubber cable, which is what most of the house is fed in. So what I've planned to do, because this is actually sank inside the kitchen cupboard, this here is the kitchen. So I'm moving the fuse board, I'm just going to move the tails, it's going to go up here, up this void, and the fuse board's then going to be mounted here. It's a lot more accessible, a lot easier to work with. You see what you're doing. There's not really enough space at all in that cupboard. Sorry, that light's in the way. So that's what that's doing. There's an outside, like I say, outside light to go on there. I've got my feed here. I'll walk you upstairs. So, socket on the landing. A two-way switching for landing and hall. That's the old one that's coming off. Smoke alarm. I'm yet to do my upstairs lighting circuit, so that's what I'll be filming today. So I'll try and get some footage, salvage something from this bloody job. Bedroom, old light switch, new light switch. So I've got all my rods poked up because this is all honeycomb walls. So I've rodded up so I can see where I'm going in the loft. I've drilled all my holes for my lighting points. But most of the sockets are sunk in fast fix because they're all in the partition walls. But there's one socket in every room which is in the brickwork. So one there, another rod, socket, 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 socket. This was the old chimney that they've taken out, which is that wall, so you can see straight down. Nice safe bit of wood on top, classic. Right, cable runs. I'll just run you through because I did do a lot of filming on how I sort of drill the joist, go through zones and all that sort of stuff, but that's the majority of it. I just try and drill as straight as I can, laser out. I don't laser it, sorry. Measure out, right depth, up and down. So you got the upstairs sockets coming across. I do radial circuits because there's only 10 sockets on it, I think, 9 or 10. And then you've got a lighting circuit in there which goes to the outside light as well. Bathroom, I don't know if many of you got me on Instagram. If you haven't, I'll put a link afterwards so you can see this, but this was a little treasure that I found. So we've got the bath here, and then you've got the loft hatch. And, words baffle me, it really does, but I just can't understand why you do it when you've got all that landing space there. And I've been up in the loft a couple of times and there's loads of space to put one, but we'll put one above the bath. Okay, shower, cracking job there, delicious. Oh yeah, I need to show you that. Oh yeah, in here there's no rooms for, they don't want spotlights, so there's just going to be a 2D LED IP rated bathroom fitting in there. The one under the pool court, but that's being relocated. There's a shaver point going on there. And this is what I found that isolates the shower. Need torch back on again, sorry. So that is our shower isolation. It's a 63 amp. They are 63 amp cartridge fuses, but it's fused on the live and the neutral. I mean, I've never seen it before, never in the house. You know, it's running 6mm twin, it's nothing special. But then you've got this massive thing. So I don't quite understand why. I mean, if you've ever seen it before, just let me know down below, but this just seems a bit ridiculous. But they've had a new boiler in, which they shouldn't have done with the state of the fuse board, but hey-ho. They've only just bought this house, so this was already in, so. But you've got, the only decent bit of wiring in here is this fuse spur for the boiler. That's the only cable that's sort of staying, but going to be played with, neaten up a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, so that's that, really. Right, so giving you a bit of a walk around now. There's not much more to show other than, you know, cable runs here and there, but lifting boards. I can't really show you how I cut them up or whatnot because I've already taken them all up that I need because I've already done everything downstairs. So sorry about that, but there'll always have been other jobs. So I just really hope this doesn't mess up and I have to go to the shop and buy a new GoPro. I mean, I would like a new GoPro, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Raft doesn't think I need a new one, but what does she know? Exactly. She don't know what it, if I bought a new one anyway, she wouldn't know the difference. They all look the same, so. Anyway, off topic. I'm gonna get my tools in, get radio on, get my drums set up, So my main feed comes up here. It's not going to finish look like that, Christ, because I've got all these floating around. So my upstairs sockets, downstairs sockets, and my lighting circuit. It's all going to be fed through neatly. So we're going to be putting some all-round band around. I've kept it away from the pipes as best as possible. Obviously I've got the old circuits to pull out and the rubber and everything like that. I mean, come rewires, most of the time I like to take out most of the cable existing. Obviously you get it for your tap, it all adds up, it all counts, but if it takes too much effort to take out, just bloody leave it in. As long as it's cut off, it's isolated, it's not a problem to leave in the floor. As long as it's not miles and miles looped into the floor, and you know, if there is a fire at any point, your cables won't drop because you're supporting them correctly, but the old cables will drop, and it's the same thing. So if you can find them, you pull them out, do it. If you can't, well, I'm not saying it for you, for me, this is, I do it as best I can, but if it's too much effort to the point where I have to take more floorboards up and move more people's stuff. I mean, it's good here because it's an empty house. This is the only furniture they have here, a little bit in the other room. But when you work in people's houses who live there, and you want to try and maintain, this is your working space, and you can run across and do what you can do, great, but when there's a king-size bed here, 2 built-in wardrobes and chest of drawers and a TV and everything, the amount of effort it takes just to move it 3 foot to get a board up to then move it back 3 foot to get another, and it's just an absolute nightmare. So the best rewires are the empty houses, obviously, and they take a lot less, but this one's just, it has dragged. I fell out of a loft the other day, looking for an old customer doing their bathroom, and he fitted the loft ladder originally, and there's 2 safety pins that normally go at the top to stop the top rung from falling down. Well, I got halfway up the ladder and then found out I hadn't put them in as I descended very quickly towards the landing floor. So knackered my back up, so I was off work for a day, so it's pushed this back another day. So all spirals out of control when you have one day off. If you really, really are busy, it's just the knock-on effect's massive. But hey, you live alone, don't climb up a loft ladder without checking it first. I mean, I did it years ago, climbed up one, put my fingers through, trod on the second run, and then it slid down and it trapped all my fingers, so I had my whole body weight on my fingers. So yeah, don't do that either. Okay, yeah, I'll get tools in, get set up, put my main feed up. I'm going to try and get up with this box, and if not, I've run it round and the cables feed through, which is what happens, what I've got for the smoke alarms. The smoke alarms come up here, they're all going to be put in trunk in. So you got 2 switch cables, 3-core earth, which is for the switching for the landing and the hallway, and that's my 3-core for my smoke alarm on there. So if I can't get up that soil stack, I'll get it up this way. My tools in. I bought these recently, which is the way goes the Alex boxes. Massive termination ones. This one is for the, yeah, it's got the, sorry, I'm waving the camera. It's got the smaller termination slots, so that will take your normal 221s sort of that go from 1mm to 2.5. That looks the thing. So I bought a couple of these, and then I think it's the XLA ones, is it? Which is, I've got a few of them in the van as well, which is the bigger termination slots that will go for your the 221s that go up to 6mm. So they're just a bit bigger slots. And I have seen this in a house I went to recently-ish, where they had something similar to this, but not quite as fancy, to be honest. But what they did for their lighting, they brought the main feed up. It was upstairs lighting. I obviously couldn't see downstairs under the floorboards, but upstairs lighting. Brought main feed into a box like this. Then they had the 5-way goes, which was obviously your live feed. So you have your live in, and then you'd have switch cables from every single room going into this, and then from that you would have then your feed over to your switch live cable going over to your light fittings. So this was put near the loft hatch, completely accessible, labelled up and whatnot. And yeah, it did make sense. You know, if there was a problem, you could see everything there without getting light fittings down, because most light fittings nowadays, people don't want pendants, they want fancy metal light fittings where the termination blocks are shit on them, you've got to cram it all in. You know, I could take that money down where someone's just stripped it all back and stuffed it all into the loft, and they just have a little bit of cable hanging out for the termination. It is shit, to be honest. Sorry for swearing. But get your guys' thoughts really on these. You know, I'm not going to do it here. I thought about it, but because there is so much space in this loft and it is quite empty, I mean, I'll show you up in a little bit. Would it be worth taking just the main live feed into this, bringing all the switch cables out, and then bringing it across the light fittings? You know, you can see everything, you can label everything. If you have an issue, just stick your head in the loft, have a look at this, give it a test. I mean, it is seems quite simple and straightforward to me, but at the same time, you're obviously putting loads of joints in it. But are you as much, because what you would do is the same thing in a normal pendant. You know, you've got your loop in, your neutrals, your switch live. You would have, if I work it out correctly, yeah, you would have about the same amount of joints in it anyway. Would you save on cable? Maybe a metre or two, because at the end of the day you're going to be extending everything further from the bedrooms across the loft hatch to this and then back to the light fitting. But I don't know, just get your guys' thoughts really. Would you think it's a good idea, or would you swear at me and call me an idiot in the comments? Probably, I don't know. But yeah, and also wait till the end of the video as well, because I've got a giveaway on my Instagram. It's been going a week now. It's actually ending on the Sunday the 14th, I think it is. So it's this Sunday coming. Right, we're doing a 1mm up now. Tie onto my rods that go up the cavity. That should be poking out about 2 foot, to be honest, up in the ceiling. Hang on, the camera's falling apart here. Yeah, about 2 foot up in the ceiling. So I'll take the camera up so you can see, but it's probably going to be a bit shit for you guys. But hey ho, my other rods are downstairs because I know there's loft insulation above here. Best thing I do, I've drilled my hole. There's no joist there at all. I'll stick a rod up that'll then sort of support itself in the loft insulation, so I can see where it is in the loft. I'll take some clips, my hammer up with me, obviously mask and some gloves because my skin's fallen off my fingers recently. Pull that up, pull it across, pick it around, clip it, come down again, do the next bedroom, then the next bedroom, and then the bathroom, but that's going to be pretty straightforward because it's just next to the hatch because it's in the bathroom. So yeah, I'll see you up in the loft in a sec. The dreaded loft. Don't know why you can hear me with this thing on, but I'm not taking it off up here. So this is my sweet setup with my ladders. Jesus Christ. So yeah, there's an old header tank in here that's been removed, I presume, when this new boiler was put in, which is just in the airing cupboard here. It's just big metal tanks everywhere, and it's a plastic one, and loads of loft insulation that's fucking everywhere, to be honest. So my rod's over there. I don't know why you can. Oh Christ, I'm gonna die up here. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on. Right, blue rod over there. I don't know why you can see that. That's our light fitting, and there should be a red rod around here, which I can't see. And that's our switch cable. So I honestly have no idea how much shit you could see on this because I can't even see very well. So what I'm going to do, I think it's just here. It should be, because there's the hole for the smoke alarm, so it should be just here. Find the rod, pull it up. I'm going to pull as much loft insulation up out of the way as possible, clip it to some joists, poke it down the hole where the blue rod is over there. That's not fun in here. So I've got a cable coming up, clipped across, down, it just goes down there. So I forgot to bring up my metal clips, so I'll come up when I'm doing the rest. I'll stick some metal clips along as well to secure them a little bit better. I've got to do this another 4 times now. Normally, moving loft insulation, you want to try and, well, I try and place the cables so they're visible. That's why I try and use these top ones. So if this ever gets boarded, they actually won't sit on top of here, because most of the time now, if they board a loft out, they stick them on legs. I think they come up about 300, so you can get the loft insulation underneath. So it won't rest on that anyway. But you want to try and get it so, because I've seen rewires before. I've gone in a couple of years later where people have literally just laid the cables, either chucked them in the far corners or lay them across the top of the loft insulation. You know, I try and clip it to the best of my ability, where it can be seen, where it's going to be safe, and you can identify roughly where it's running to. Because it just makes life fucking so much harder for yourself or other people. Or when someone comes and sticks 900mm of bloody loft insulation on top of it, you want to try and get it so you can separate it out a bit. If you just lay it across the middle and someone can just chuck those stuff on it, you'll never know. And obviously you get your thermal resistance. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's another rod there, the other rod there. There's one here sticking in my arse somewhere. The bathroom light's there. So go down, cut this one up, do all my switches, mark them up in the ceiling so I know they're switches. So when I pull the live feed in, I'm not going to get confused. So
yeah, I'm gonna jump down, back up, back down. So I'll let you know once that's done.
Okay, switch cables are all in now. Put them all there, in there, and over there. So next thing is now I'll bring the feed up. But there is a shaver socket to go here in the bathroom, the other side of this wall. So I might bring it up and across, and then it'll just be the first point on the circuit. And then bathroom, landing, bed 3, bed 2, and bed 1. I think that's the easiest way for cable routing, to be on. Pointing you at the light, sorry. Yeah, I want to try and keep it on, because obviously not all lofts like it. These ones have got a sort of triple joists that are extra tall, that are taller than other joists. So most of the time I try and clip across them and follow their footprint across. So it's not in the loft insulation, so you know you can still see it like I said before. So yeah, I'm going to get this cable up, cut that shaver socket out and go from there. One little shout I'd like to do, to be fair, is to fellow Instagrammer Steve Brinley. He put a competition up the other week on his YouTube channel actually. I'll put a link in below to his channel. Competition I won, which are these Acer pens. So what I won was the select pack. So you get a holster that just stays in your pocket and clips in, and then obviously pen slides in. You got a long nose marker as well, marker pen. That's very, very handy. Yeah, it comes with a set of 2, and it's got some spare lead for your pencil. So you just click out to go out, push in to go up, and there's a sharpener on top as well. That obviously to get your nice pointy end. But no, these are great. They really are. I mean, I used to use Sharpies all the time, and I'd just lose them constantly. Just fall in my pocket. But because this clip is nice and stiff on both of them, sits in your pocket nice, easy pull in, pull out. Just got to be a bit careful when I'm climbing to the lofts with these, so I don't want to lose them. But yeah, great piece of kit. I would recommend them to anyone. They're good. I don't actually know how much they are, so if I can find them, I'll leave a link below. But yeah, great shout. Cheers, Steve. Oh, feeds in. It's too hot. That's why I wear a vest. It's too hot. I wear a vest. I've got nice work t-shirts, but they're quite tight and clingy with the arms. It's so hot. I mean, I need to buy some work shorts, to be fair, because that's probably the main problem. But I couldn't imagine going up in a loft with shorts on. That'd be awful. Anyway, so we've got power in, out, in, out. That's the last one on the circuit. I'm leaving. I've done sort of that one closest to the hatch, because the hatch is going to move. The customer's already said that. He wants a loft light, but I don't know where it's going, so I don't know where the switch is going to be. So that's going to be done afterwards anyway. My next thing is trying to get power up to that shaver socket that's behind that piece of wood there. So bring it up. I've put a rod up that void to see if I can find it, but it just goes up on the piss. So I think the best plan of action is just to feed a bit of cable down and then just grab it down the bottom there. So. Past couple of videos I've fitted 2 Hager boards. Got a bit of stick for them, usual, I get that. I said one of them was 18th edition. The ones I've all fitted are 18th edition. They all say 18th edition compliant on the box. Neither of them had SPDs, neither of the customers wanted to fork out for them, wasn't necessary on the risk assessment. So, but this one, I thought I'll spend the extra money. The customer didn't want it, but I've just funded it myself with this one just so I can fit my first SPD board. So you lot are happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy, no one can moan, all that. So yeah, this is a Hager 10-way SPD board, 18th edition. Right, there it is. So you got your SPD. 100 amp main switch, 2 30 milliamp type A RCDs. So I say I only fit Hager. I love Hager. So Hager, come on, give me some free stuff. Actually, to be fair, they did the other day. I got a screwdriver and obviously the t-shirt that you get for taking a picture of your board, stick it on Instagram, and then putting the hashtag HagerGang on it. But I took a picture of my little girl. I was trying to take a picture for Instagram. I know it's sad, but to get this free t-shirt, and she was messing around and doing stuff, and she sat on the table with it, so I gave her it and had a picture with her, and actually sent me a really cute teddy bear, Hager teddy bear for free in the post, which was nice. So thank you, Hager, or Hagar as other people call it. I mean, it's Hager, but or Hagar. Don't want to offend anyone. So yeah, I'm gonna open this up, have a look at the back, because obviously I'm gonna come straight through the back in the void, pull the cables through. I'll put the board in place, but nothing's going to be connected yet, because I think my plan is I'm going to go around. I need to put a bit of filler, like I said, on a few of these bits, so I can put the plates on, socket fronts and switches and everything on without, so you won't be able to get your fingers down the sides. So like these ones. Yeah, I'll get the board marked up, get that on, and then I'll probably go around and do some second fixing. I want to do the lights up in the kitchen as well, get them on, get the smoke alarms on, the heat alarm, put the covers on that. Yeah. Okay, we've got some more stuff sorted now. Right, pull the cables up, all of the feeds are in now. This is the only bit of a weird one, because this has loop in, loop out from feed from the board, but also has just normal switch cables as well, because I didn't want to put an outside light on. You never want to have any more than one cable, because there's not enough room to terminate unless you have a whisker box, but if it's going into a half lantern, which this is, you just want one cable going in. So I brought the feed in, feed out, you've got your outside light, but then also you've just got your normal switch cables, which are just then fed off the hallway and the top of the landing as well. So anyway, cables, so old boiler, up lights, down lights, smokes, shower, cooker, upstairs sockets, downstairs sockets, and a kitchen sockets as well. So that'll go up there. I haven't got enough cable. I only bought 1 metre of 25mm tails and 60mm earth, because originally I thought it was going to go in here, but change of plan, so I'll get them ordered and get them delivered. That's on. I've put some fixtures in. There's 2 wooden fixings here, there's 2 plasterboard fixings there. This is then going to be all sealed up with fire mate afterwards to stop, obviously, any spread of fire going up the void. I've also got the fire foam, fire retardant expanding foam, which I've used a couple of times, but it just gets fucking everywhere. Like, I try and keep it neat. Obviously, you cannot stop it expanding, popping out, doing what's what. So, fire mate the backup, and yeah. So my next thing is I'm going to do stuff in the kitchen now. Put a few sockets on, do the downlights, and then do a bit of second fix around here as well. Hopefully until the tails turn up. Okay, I've got all the lights in. Bang, 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 bang. Socket fronts started to go on. So yeah, I'm not really going to film any more with this job as such. True to the fact, it's just putting pendants up, socket fronts on, and the fuse board, which I've done 2 with the videos of, and there's not great more that will change, to be honest. But what I am going to do is, I promise everyone a video on testing. So when this board's up and done, I'll make a separate video testing start to finish on, you know, the whole test sheet. I'm going to go through my iPad, the software I've got on my iPad on Easy Circuit called TieSoft. So I'll run through that, stages of that. I might have Matt here testing with me, giving him a go at testing, see what he knows. But yeah, so that's this and this job. This is the giveaway I'm doing. It's the Stanley Fat Max Pro Organizer. It's the deep one and the shallow one that clip together. I'm giving this away on my Instagram page. So what you have to do is find me on Instagram. I'll put a link in the bio after the video. This is ending on the 14th of this month, on the Sunday, so I do it Sunday evening. So best thing you can do, go on there, like the page, like the post, tag someone that you think would like it as well, and yeah, be drawn on the 14th. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.